Hi. Oh, okay. I always try to give myself plenty of time to set up, and then I'm always crazy at the end. So here we are. Welcome to another episode of Stay Home and Yoga Strong. Settle yourself in. If you have a mat, great. If you don't, use whatever you got. I can't see the screen, so I'm just going to check behind and make sure. I always get nervous. This isn't running. By now, I think I should have it all together. Okay, great. We're all good. So today's class is just about being in your body. Well, it's anything you want it to be, right? Whatever your intention is, whatever you feel like you need from this hour. The intention I will suggest, or the intention I had in mind, was to get out of our minds and into our bodies. Just move our bodies slowly, quickly, amp it up, get a good sweat on, chill out, the whole gambit, to just experience life in our bodies in movement. And as always, the focus is never flexibility. It's not about touching your toes. It's not about stretching. It's about mobility. It's about freedom and ease in your body. Being able to move the way you want to move until the very end. You know, I want us to be here together when we're 102. The number keeps getting higher. So 102, we're doing this together. And then I'm suggesting also, if you love class, they're always free, and I have a ton on my website, A Growing Library. There's a link in this post. But if you feel compelled to, perhaps make a tax-free or tax deductible donation to the Eugene Burrito Brigade. I also put a link here in this description. They make and feed hundreds, if not thousands, of vegan burritos every week to those that need them. It's a great cause, and your donation directly to them, not through me, but to them, is tax deductible. So thank you for those who already donated. If you'd like to make it tax deductible, let me know and I'll give you your money back so you can donate directly to them. Okay, enough of the chatting. Let's get moving. Well, actually, let's first sit still. So either seated on your mat or lying down, arriving in your body. We spend so much time in our heads, maybe staring at a screen for a lot more of the day than you're used to, maybe sitting for a lot more of the day than you're used to, and this is a time to put that down and have a different experience for an hour, or maybe longer. We'll see how it goes. So settling into your body, maybe closing your eyes or softening your gaze and going inward, and notice. Just notice without judgment how you're feeling today, what the quality of your breath is. Is it shallow? Is it just from your chest? Are you able to relax in your belly, and when you inhale, let your belly rise as well as your ribs expanding? And then with some intention around your breath, allowing your exhales to linger longer, allowing your exhales to extend longer than your inhales, letting your inhales just do their thing, and focusing on the exhales. That calming exhale brings us into our bodies, slows down the crazy in our minds, slows down our nervous system. It brings us into our bodies in a different way by choosing to have the exhales be longer. And then choosing to release the tension, whether it's in your jaw or in your eyes, maybe your neck, maybe your belly, maybe you're still holding on and not relaxing into that belly breathing. Maybe you feel some tension somewhere else in your body. Use your exhales to ask the tension to release. One more inhale. Maybe this time open your mouth and sigh out your exhale, releasing all your tension. And if you're not already lying down, go ahead and do so. Lying all the way down on your mat. If anything at any time bothers your back or your body, doesn't feel right, please modify the movement so it works for you. Modify it or change it up. Do whatever feels right in your body. If it feels right, you're doing it right. Feet are down, so your knees are bent. Everything's hip width apart. And your mid-low back are both pressing down into the mat. More mid-back than low back. Like the space
where your low ribs are. If you're wearing a sports bra, or you can imagine where a bra line would be, it's right underneath there. That's pressing down like you're pressing an imprint into the sand. And your body, you can even put your hands on your body and feel this. Your bottom ribs are pulling down towards your pelvis. So this is engaged. Hands behind your head, clasp your hands together, resting your head in your hands, elbows slightly lifted. Inhale here and exhale, lift your chin and chest up toward the ceiling and squeeze at the top. We're going to warm up with the core here, so all the movements come from a strong core. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Just a few of these, just to get the feeling of turning your core on. When you lower your head, those low ribs don't release. You're keeping the tension the whole time. Let's do 2 more. Last one, squeeze at the top. Really pull those low ribs down. I cue that a lot. Even when we're standing or face down, low ribs tucked toward the pelvis. And lower down completely. Extend your left leg long and draw your right knee into your chest. Circling your ankle one direction and then the other. And on the inhale, drop your knee open to the right. See if you can keep your left hip down so there's a stretch across your hips. And exhale, cross your right knee over your body in a gentle full body twist. Maybe get some pops in your spine. Naturally, nothing forcing. Knee in and then switch sides. Extend your right leg, draw your left leg in, and same thing. I'm going to get our music going. There we go. All right, circling your ankle one direction and then the other. And then on an inhale, drop your knee open to the left, keeping that right hip down. And exhale, cross your body over. Back to center. This time, stack your knees over your hips, feet are flexed, hands behind your head. Same thing with those sit-ups, but your feet are lifted. Exhale as you lift chin and chest. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. And squeeze. So when your head's down, you're still keeping some tension. You're not letting that release completely. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one, moving into bicycles. So your ribs, your right ribs are coming towards your left thigh. It's not the elbow, it's the ribs pulling. And then switch sides. Nice and slow and controlled, really squeezing at the top. So your extended legs can be pressed up more toward the ceiling if that's helpful to keep your mid-back pressed down, or extend it long, so long as you can keep control in your core. One more time. The next time the left knee is in and the right ribs are reaching, hold it there. Option for the right leg to lift straight up and lower slowly down with control. So lifting up and then slowing down like you're pressing your leg through molasses. So you're not just dropping your leg, you're really using control. Inhale and exhale, slowly lower. Let's do 2 more. Keep squeezing those ribs toward the opposite thigh. Last one. And 3 bicycles to get us to the other side. 3, 2, right knee in, left ribs are pulling. Pause here, or maybe lift the left leg up and press it down through molasses. Keeping your low back, your mid back strong and stable. Last 2. Last one, nice and slow. And back to bicycles. Ribs towards the opposite thigh. Couple more. And relax. Extend your right leg up and your left leg across, so your legs are in an L. If this is challenging for you, you can press your heel down into the floor. You're still in an L, but the bottom heel is supported by the floor. From here, we're going to lift our chin and chest up, and then exhale across. So that's the movement. Up and across. Lift up and across. 2 more. Last time. And switch sides. Left leg up, right leg out, or maybe down. Really pressing that heel into the floor. Same thing, lift up and across. Up and across. 2 more. Last one. Head down, knees in. Almost done. Both feet straight up. Pressing your feet up toward the ceiling. We're going to pulse for 3, so your tailbone will lift. 3, 2, 1. And slowly both heels come down towards the floor. Again, like you're pressing through molasses. Check in with your mid-back. Keep it pressed to the floor. If this bothers your back, you can keep your knees bent and you don't lower your heels quite as far. Knees in. Same thing. Press your feet up for 3. Tailbone lifts. 2, 1, and heels slow down towards the floor. Okay, last time. Press up for 3, 2, 1. This time, maybe lift your head and shoulders, holding it there as you lower your heels down and hold at the bottom for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo. Nice job. Arms out in a T or goalpost arms together, both knees drop to the right. Come back through center and drop to the left. One more time, both directions. Coming back to center and roll yourself up and over onto all fours, finding tabletop position. So tabletop, your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Let's do some cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, tailbone lifts, chest lifts. Maybe gaze forward and exhale, roll your spine, nose in towards your navel, pressing the floor away from you, separating your shoulder blades. Inhale, drop your belly, and exhale, round your spine. One more time, both directions. Maybe pausing in one or the other if it feels good. Back to neutral spine and press all the way back to child's pose. Heels towards your, or hips towards your heels. Walk your fingertips toward the front of your mat. Maybe press your palms strongly into the mat so you're stretching and strengthening through your triceps, through your lats, through the side bodies. Walking yourself back to tabletop and then extended tabletop, top of a push-up from your knees, not letting your belly sag to the floor. Inhale, lower down, and exhale, press up and back to child's pose. Just warming up our push-up muscles. Inhale down, exhale back to child's pose. Coming back forward, inhale down, exhale up, pausing at the top, changing our breath. Inhale here, and exhale all the way down. Press down with your palms, lift your head toward the front of your mat, press your toes away, and peel your chest forward. Elbows are coming together and down towards your waist. This is Baby Cobra. It's a great opener and a chest strengthener. And exhale down. Press your way back to child's pose. Okay, coming into our first downward dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips, your knees are still bent. Press your hips towards your heels, lifting your hips up, keeping your knees bent. So you're pressing your chest toward your thighs. Think about lengthening through your spine, not through the backs of your legs here. Inhale forward into plank. You can always come down to your knees whenever we do plank. But keeping your core on, just like we did at the beginning, those low ribs are pulling down toward your pelvis. And exhale back to downward dog. Inhale, float forward into plank, nice and strong. Your hands are pulling towards each other and also towards your toes. And back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward into plank from knees or toes. Inhale at the top and exhale nice and slow to the count of 5 all the way down to your belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up to Baby Cobra, pressing down with your palms, lifting your chest forward, crown of your head reaching forward, and exhale down. Maybe hover your palms. Inhale, lifting your chin and chest, just using the strength of your back. And exhale down. Curl your toes under from knees or toes, press up and back to downward dog. Maybe walk your dog here, opening through the backs of your legs now. Straightening one and then the other, getting blood flowing. Settling into downward dog, inhale up to your toes. Chest presses back, hips lift higher, And exhale, your heels float down towards the mat. Bend your knees deeply, walking your way to the top of your mat, finding forward fold. Your feet are hip width apart. Your knees can be bent, again finding the length in your spine. Release your head, release the back of your neck. Inhale to a flat back. Maybe your hands are on your shins for support, keeping your gaze straight down so the back, really feel the length in the back of your neck here. And exhale, forward fold, bending your knees if you need to. Maybe your hands reach the floor, maybe they don't. Hands on your legs. Inhale to a flat back, gaze down, and exhale into chair. Your hips drop, chest comes forward, arms out for a counterbalance. Your feet and knees are pulling away from one another, like you're trying to pull them apart. Press down to rise up, sweeping your arms up, palms touch, and exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweeping your arms up, and exhale into cactus arms, to goalpost arms. Your elbows are slightly behind your chest. Inhale, lifting your chin and chest, but keeping your low ribs down. Inhale here. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Floating back forward into plank from knees or toes. Let's do 3 push-ups. Inhale down and exhale up. You can always change the number. You can always skip them. If push-ups are not your thing, you never have to do any of them. You can hold plank and back to downward dog. Yes, okay. Back to plank from knees or toes. Let's do 5 push-ups. You can always hold plank from knees or toes, nice and strong. 2, last 1. Inhale at the top and exhale down through back bend of your choice. Maybe you like baby cobra, maybe extend your arms in full cobra, shoulders away from your ears. Maybe press the tops of your feet down, lift your knees, finding upward dog, and find your way back to downward dog. Whether you come down to your belly, drop your knees, or hinge at your hips and roll over your toes. Next time you inhale, lift your right heel up and back, 3-legged dog. And exhale, knee to chest, coming forward into plank arms, keeping your hips low. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Nose to knee, using your core nice and strong. Inhale, up and back. Last knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands, and the left knee comes down. Walking your knee back a little bit. Inhale, rocking forward. So you find a nice stretch through the back hip. And exhale, rocking back, hips towards your heel. Maybe the front toes lift, maybe they point. Just warming up, rocking forward on your inhale. So it's a stretch, but also draw that back knee forward. So you're drawing your knee and your heel together. Stretch and strength. And exhale, rock. Coming back forward, bring your back knee closer so you're up in a 90 degrees. So the back knee is right underneath your hip. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, project your torso over your front thigh. Curl your back toes under and lift your back knee. So we're in a low projected lunge. On the inhale, the back knee comes down gently, the arms lift up. And exhale, project, the back knee lifts. So more weight is on your front heel when you're projected forward. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, project. One more time, inhale up. And exhale, project forward. Maybe your hands reach the floor, maybe they don't. Begin to straighten through that front knee, finding extended pyramid. Your nose moves towards your leg. Rocking forward, your front knee bends. Left hand stays down. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, finding a twist. Big inhale here in the twist. And exhale, both hands down, front foot to meet the back. For knees or toes, 3 to 5 push-ups. Yogi's choice. Exhale as you press up. Either going straight to downward dog or through a back bend of your choice. You can always choose your way back. You can mix it up. You can do every other. You can do none, your choice. And exhale when you get here. Next inhale, lift your left heel up and back.
Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Strong through your core, squeeze. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, up and back. Last time, knee to chest. Squeeze your nose towards your knee. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, bring your left foot between your hands and the right knee comes down. Inhale, rocking forward. And exhale, rocking back. Taking your time, warming things up, moving in a way that feels so good to move. Next time you rock forward, the back knee shifts a little bit forward, so you come up into that 90-90 lunge. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, project forward, curl your back toes under, the back knee lifts. Draw your feet together, so we're not ever just stretching out, we're always pulling together as well. Inhale, back knee taps down, and exhale, project forward. More of that weight's on that front heel. 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale. Last time. And exhale into projected lunge. From here, maybe your fingertips reach the floor, maybe they don't. Pressing through that front leg, nose towards your leg. You can always hold on to your leg with one arm for support or whatever you need. Shifting forward, right hand stays down. Inhale, lift your left arm up in a big twist. And exhale, both hands down, front foot to meet the back. 3 to 5 push-ups. I think we have a lot of push-ups today. So pace yourself, don't burn out. Through a back bend or straight to downward dog. And we'll meet in downward dog. From here, rolling forward into plank from knees or toes. Inhale at the top, nice and slow, all the way down. Count of 5. Your count. Land on the bottom, uncurl your toes. Extend your arms forward, like a little wider than shoulder width apart. Your core is on, tuck those ribs in towards your pelvis. Press down with the tops of your feet, lifting your arms up and keep your gaze straight down. Grab an imaginary bar. Inhale, exhale, drive your elbows down to your waist and slightly behind. So you're working your back muscles and opening your chest. Inhale, exhale, drive. Maybe your chest lifts just like baby cobra. Or if it bothers your back, keep your nose closer to the floor. Inhale, exhale, drive your elbows down to your waist, like you're trying to touch them together behind your back. Let's do 3 more. Taking time here at the top to squeeze. Really engage those strong back muscles. Last 2. Last 1, squeeze. Hands on either side of your ribs, curling your toes under. From knees or toes, press back to downward dog. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Release your head, release your neck. Don't worry about your legs being straight. Don't worry about touching the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, finding chair. Press down to rise up, big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. Maybe walk your feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, down into chair. So your knees and feet are still pulling away from one another like we did at the beginning. And your back isn't bowing, right? So your core is on, so your core is tight, like a cylinder. You're not losing your form here. All right, here we are in chair. We're gonna do some squats. So lower your chair and stand straight up. So low chair and all the way up. Straight legs. How low can you go in your chair and come all the way up? Pulling your knees and feet away from one another as you come down, and keep that tension as you stand all the way up. Let's do 3 more. Keeping your core on, don't lose your low back strength. Last one, and we'll hold at the bottom. So your hands can be wherever you want. They can be at your heart, they can be out. If they go up tracking your ears, make sure that your core stays on. Our arms go up and sometimes our ribs want to flare out. So really keep paying attention to where your core is. Holding here, or maybe come up onto your toes. Heels lift higher as your hips lift lower. I guess they don't lift lower, they lower. Ooh, hello, can you go? Nice and safely with your knees. Pressing back to chair, heels down. Inhale here, and exhale, forward fold. Release your head, release your neck, release the tension with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back through chair. Our familiar friend. Press down to rise up. Sweep your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweep up, and exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Exhale when you get there. Next time you inhale, lift your right heel up and back. And exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow, or towards your right elbow, or maybe up to your triceps. Inhale, up and back. Same thing, knee to same side. Inhale, same thing. Exhale, knee to same side. So from here, we're gonna shift into side plank. You can put both feet back down into plank and rolling over onto our left palm, so our right hip is lifting up toward the ceiling. You can always drop the left knee into a plank with support, or maybe your legs are extended, your feet are stacked or staggered. From here, nice and strong through your core, lifting your top hip toward the ceiling, maybe lift your top leg into a star. And maybe lower your leg and lift. You can always do this with that bottom knee drop down. For 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice and strong. Back to plank and back to downward dog. Same thing, we're lifting the right leg. Same as the first. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to same side, elbow or tricep. 2 more, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale up, knee to elbow. Last time, inhale, lift up, and exhale, bring the right foot between your hands, coming up to a high lunge. So the back heel stays lifted, your feet, your hips, your shoulders, arms, all facing to the front of your mat. Walk your back knee forward, or your back foot forward a little bit so there's a bend in the back knee. You're gonna lower that back knee and the elbows come down at the same time, slightly behind your chest. And then project forward, arms at your side. Just like we did at the beginning, but we're coming from a high lunge instead of a low lunge. Inhale, the back knee comes down and elbows come down, slightly behind. And exhale, project. So when you're projected, more of that weight's on that front heel. Same thing, elbows and knee. And project forward. And again, same. A couple more of these. An option to have your arms tracking over your ears as you project forward. Having that leverage further away puts more strength on your front thigh, you might find. Back knee hovers, elbows come down. Let's do 3 more. Arms wherever you've chosen, or try one. See how it feels to have your arms reaching forward. Let's do 1 more. And last time, project forward. Hands down to the floor. We're gonna move into standing splits. So balancing on your front right foot, the left foot lifts up. If your knee is bent, whatever you need to do to find your hands on the floor, or if they don't reach the floor, maybe you can grab a prop nearby, a pillow or some books or whatever you have nearby to find standing splits. And then draw the back knee toward the front knee and bend them both. So it's a single leg squat and back to standing splits. Last one. Bend that front knee, the back toes come back down into a low runner's lunge. Front foot to meet the back. Options, we're in plank. You can lift the right foot up in a single leg plank and do 3 push-ups. You can always come from your knees. You can always skip these. Either downward dog or through your back bend. And we'll meet in downward dog.
Nice job. Okay, let's do the second side. Left heel lifts up and back, left knee to left elbow or triceps. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale up, exhale knee to elbow. 1 more time, knee to elbow. And from here, shifting into side plank, second side. So rolling onto your right hand. So the right knee can come down for support, or you can keep both legs extended, either stacking or staggering your feet. Pressing down through your hand to really lift the top hip up. Option, maybe lift your top leg, hold, or maybe press for 5, 3, 2, last one. Nice and slow, back to plank and back to downward dog. Exhale here. Left heel lifts again, and exhale knee to same side elbow. 3 more of these. Inhale up, exhale come forward. Inhale up, last time forward. Inhale up, and exhale, bring your left leg between your hands, coming up into a high lunge. The back foot walks forward, bend in that back knee. So the back knee hovers and the elbows come down. And then project forward over that front thigh. So same options, you can keep your arms at your side, or see how it feels to trap your arms over your ears as you project forward. Back knee down, drawing your feet together, whether your knee is down or lifted. So again, the strength and the stretch happening at the same time to really support our joints. Let's do 3 more. Slow and controlled, movement with breath. Last one. And project from here, hands down onto your mat and shifting forward so you're on your left leg into standing splits. Whatever this looks like for you. The back toes are pointed down. We're not stacking our hips. Keeping the hips square to the ground. Single leg crunch. Both knees come together and bend and straighten. 2 more. Crunch together. Inhale with the length. Exhale, crunch. Find the length. Bend that front knee. The back toes come down into a runner's lunge. Stepping back to plank. Maybe single leg plank. Lifting the left foot up. 3 push-ups. Both feet down at the top of your plank. Inhale and exhale all the way down. We're gonna go back to those rows. Arms out, feet pressing down, core is on. Grab that bar, inhale, exhale, drive. Lifting your chest if it feels okay in your low back. Keeping those low ribs down. We'll keep the strength in more of your mid and upper back. Squeezing your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Hands on either side of your ribs. Curl your toes under from knees or toes. Press strongly up and back to downward dog. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat, finding forward fold. Release your head, release your neck, release the tension. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale through chair. Press down to rise up. And exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweeping up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right heel up and back. And exhale, bring your right knee across your body to your left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Same thing, across your body, using your transverse, your obliques. The side abs. 1 more time, across your body. Inhale, up and back, and exhale, bring your right foot between your hands, coming up into a high lunge. From this high lunge, we're gonna move into warrior 3. So if you need something for balance, maybe you're near a wall or your couch,
pressing yourself up. So you're standing on your right foot. Maybe your left toes stay down, maybe your heel lifts up. Keep your chest open, just like baby cobra. So your shoulder blades are on your back, and everything is nice and strong to support this beautiful posture. Maybe you can lower your chest as your back heel lifts, keeping your toes pointed down. From here, stand all the way up and bring your back knee forward, maybe extending your leg. We're gonna do a single leg pistol squat. So however low you go is your squat. So a single leg squat and coming all the way back up, and then the left knee comes behind, and then a single leg squat with your left knee traveling down towards the floor. So that's a shrimp squat. So we're gonna go between pistol squat, and just notice what muscles are working here. Each one is the same movement on the front leg, but depending on where the leverage is, where the weight is of that free leg, it really requires a different muscles, different balance. So maybe just pay attention to how each one feels differently in your body. One more shrimp squat. We'll do one more of each. Standing nice and tall, pistol squat, and a shrimp squat. Back to warrior three. Working that standing leg, and then that front knee bends and hold. Hold here at the bottom for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back toes come down. Inhale, high lunge. Woo! Exhale, hands to meet the front foot to meet the back. Let's do a bird dog plank. So feet are wide, hands come underneath your face. Nice strong plank here. You can hold this, or maybe lift your right foot up. Maybe lift your left arm up and hold. Strong. Hand comes back down, foot comes back down. Find your strong plank in the center, and let's switch sides. Maybe left foot lifts, maybe right arm lifts, keeping stability in your midsection. Hold. Hand comes down, toes come down, back to a regular plank, moving through a back bend or back to downward dog. Straight away, your choice. Okay, second side. Inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, left knee to right elbow across your body. Inhale, up and back. Go across your body. One more time. And cross over. Inhale, up and back, and exhale, bring your left foot between your hands, coming up into that high lunge, and finding warrior three. So balancing on your left leg, the right toes maybe lift, and your chest stays open, and then down towards the floor, staying open so you're not rolling through your shoulders. Stand all the way up. Bring that right knee forward and extend your right leg. Pistol squat. Stand up. The knee comes behind and down towards the floor. Shrimp squat. And back to pistol. Standing all the way up in between. Nice and tall on that standing leg. Back to shrimp. Back to pistol. And again, notice how each one feels different. What's required of that standing leg. Challenging our balance. Balance in movement, because this is how the world works. We're moving, constantly challenging our balance. Last shrimp squat. Back to standing, back to warrior three. From here, bend that front knee and hold. For 3, 2, 1. The back toes come down. Inhale, high lunge. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Front foot to meet the back. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down. Extend your arms at your side. Reaching your fingertips towards your heels. Lifting your chest. Maybe the tops of your feet lift up. Your entire back body is on. Locust pose.
Keep the crown of your head reaching forward, riding the waves of your breath. Inhale here and exhale all the way down. Hands on either side of your ribs, press your way back to downward dog. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale halfway, exhale through chair, press down to rise up, palms touch, exhale, palms to your heart. Okay, now we are definitely warmed up and we're ready to start moving. But we're gonna practice the move first before we speed it up. So take a kind of a wide stance, heels in, toes slightly out. We're gonna do some slow squats. Your chest and your spine are nice and tall and lifted, and your knees are pressing out, tracking your feet as you squat down and stand all the way up. So your knees are pressing out, they're not collapsing in. We don't want to see this. If you don't know what you're doing, if you have a mirror or a buddy nearby to see what you're doing, or take your hands on the outside of your knees, you can press your knees into your hands. So you're really turning on your glutes and your hamstrings and supporting your joints. Your chest stays lifted. Let's do 3 more. Inhale as you squat and exhale as you stand. Coming and going, you're strong. You're not falling down the hole. Strong going down, strong coming up. All right, so we got the squat down. So our hit, we're moving into anaerobic. So it's 100% effort. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. And we're gonna alternate between squat. That squat, you can always add a jump, and a drop squat. So the drop squat, you start narrow, you hop wide, and you can tap one hand at a time. You can just reach down towards the floor. Here, why don't we practice this together? Try a couple of these. So you can tap both hands down. Don't have to, right? You can keep one hand on your leg for support. So we're gonna go back and forth between those two. I got my timer. I'm gonna change the music. Get ready. Okay, the first beep is a get ready. This is a get ready. Next beep is a go. And we're gonna do squats. Oh, that's a get ready beep. All right, next one's a go. You can do regular squats like we just did, or you can add a jump if you'd like. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit too. Okay, now we go, here we go. 20 seconds of squats. So the idea of this next 4 minutes is to get your heart rate up, get yourself out of breath. We're going anaerobic, right? This is no longer yoga, it's no longer movement with breath. It's movement to get yourself out of breath. That's the goal. And rest. Okay, that was 20 seconds. Next one's gonna be those drop squats. So the rest, maybe take one of those deep exhales and take those 10 seconds to try to slow your heart rate down in between. It's such good practice to go up and come back down. The more practice we have, the more we have at our disposal, those muscles get stronger. So we can calm ourselves down when we need to and rest. Okay, that's one of each. So now you know what it feels like. If that wasn't 100%, let's make 100% now. Okay, ready? Here we go. So squat, you can always add a jump. So watch your knees, especially as we get tired, our form goes out the window. So each one should be as perfect as the very first round. If it means changing something, form first. And stop. Okay, back to those drops. Heart rate up. Doing good. Okay, here we go. So when you're jumping, land softly. And if you're squatting wide, make sure your knees are also tracking over your feet. Just like we did in those squats with no jumps. 100%. Time to dig in. And rest. All right, halfway. Exhale. Even just one can make a difference. All right, here we go. Back to those squats. Whether you're jumping or not, should be starting to feel hard. It's supposed to be hard. That's the design of this section. Push yourself. Go to your edge. That's where the magic is. Get that magic. It's right there for you. Just push it and stop. Woo! All right, exhale.
Ready for drops? Here we go. Only a few more, so make these count. Are you still 100%? Only you know what your 100% is. Just make sure you stay there. Get the magic, it's right there. It's right there on the table. It's yours for the taking. And stop. One more of each. These are the last squats. Ooh, exhale. Here we go. All right, here we go. The last of the squats. Pull out all the stops. Everything you've been waiting for, you've been holding back, trying to manage. This is the time. These are the ones. Just fly. Almost there. And stop. All right, you guys, last one. 20 more seconds. Drop squats. Best ones. 110%. Here we go. This is it, you guys. The last ones. Amp it up. Get that heart rate up. Get that sweat on. Yes, in our beautiful, powerful, strong bodies, doing amazing things. And stop. Nice job. All right, if you have water, you can grab a sip, take a little walk around, get the oxygen back in, coming back down the mountain. All right, meet me on your mat. Okay. Standing tall on your mat. Feel your heart rate. Feel your heartbeat. Go inward for a second and just notice how your body feels now. Standing tall on your mat in mountain pose. Everything stacked. The bottoms of your feet grounded. The crown of your head lifting. Inhale your arms up overhead, palms touch, and a slow exhale, palms to your heart. Even if you can't achieve a slow exhale now, think slow exhale, and it will come. Again, inhale up, and slow exhale down. Coming back down, quieting our nervous system, quieting our breath. Inhale, last time, nice and slow, hands to your heart. From this place, moving right into our balance. Standing tall on your right foot, moving into tree. The left heel lifts. Maybe your heel touches your opposite ankle. Careful not to hip out, right? Nice and tall standing on that standing leg. Maybe this is your tree. Great. Maybe you can lift your foot to your shin or maybe up to your thigh. Keeping your hips pointed forward and that bent knee pressing back. Keeping your spine nice and tall. Crown your head really lifting high. That standing foot is really grounding down. From here, shifting your ankle over so it's crossed over your knee and shifting your hips back and down into a standing pigeon pose. So your left toes are flexing towards your knee. Your chest stays open and hinging at your hips. Maybe fold forward over your front thigh. Maybe extending your arms down towards the floor, maybe rounding your spine if that feels good. If you have a balance pose here, whatever that looks like on your hands. And coming back up to this position whenever you're ready. Back to standing pigeon. All the way up. Nice and tall on that standing leg and back to tree. Noticing the wobbles, noticing all those little intrinsic balance muscles that keep us strong and stable. Love those muscles. From this tree, maybe extend your branches up overhead. And maybe twist, maybe twisting over towards your bent knee. Shifting your gaze definitely challenges your balance. Coming back through center and switching sides. Back through center. And release, shaking out your standing leg. Back to mountain pose, both feet grounded. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, nice and slow, hands to your heart. And
And switching sides, standing on your left foot, right heel lifts. Maybe your heel's touching your opposite ankle. Maybe this is your tree. Maybe this side looks different than the other. Just notice. Be curious. Maybe your foot's up on here on your thigh, but your hips, no matter where you are, your hips are forward and that bent knee is pressing back. And watch that your standing hip isn't flipping out to the side. Tall through the top of your head. From here, shifting your foot over, crossing your ankle over your knee, shift your hips back and then down. Standing pigeon. Flexing your right toes towards your knee. Same thing, keeping your chest open and hinge at your hips. Or if it feels okay, to round your spine and extend your arms down towards the floor. Maybe your hands touch down. Maybe take a single leg crow. You will not see me demonstrate that, but if you can do that, good on you. Coming back up to standing pigeon, all the way up, and back to tree, nice and strong on your standing leg. Again, option to maybe extend your branches, and then twist your tree over towards your knee, maybe through the other side. Giving thanks to those wobbles. Back to center. And back to standing. Shake out that standing leg. Nice job. Hands on your hips. Keep your low ribs down as you inhale, lift your chin and chest, and exhale, forward fold. Releasing your hands to your shins or maybe the floor. Bend into your right knee. Place your right forearm on your knee. Your left leg is long. Left arm is maybe straight up, maybe out or maybe up. So the left leg and left arm are both straight, and the right knee and right arm are both bent. Inhale in the twist, and exhale back to center and switch sides. Right arm on your bent, or left arm on your left bent leg. Right leg is long, right arm is long. Inhale in the twist, and exhale, forward fold. Release all the way down. Release your head, release your neck. Maybe clasp your elbows, finding ragdoll. Release your arms. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right heel up and back, and then bend your knee so your heel comes towards your butt and stack your hips, moving into scorpion dog. And exhale, bring your right foot on the outside of your right hand. The back knee comes down. Inhale forward, and exhale, rocking back. Rocking forward, and rocking back. Rock yourself forward, plant your palms, and step back to downward dog. Again, right heel lifts up and back, and exhale, bring your right foot between your hands. The left foot pivots, finding warrior two. So the front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Your feet are coming together. Your arms are out, stretching in opposite directions. Your knee is pressing towards pinky toe side. The knee presses out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, find side angle. So your arm can be on your front bent thigh or reaching down. The back arm lifts up and over. Long line from fingertips to toes. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale back to warrior two, and exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot to meet the back, through a back bend or straight to downward dog. Same thing, second side. Left heel lifts, bend at your knee, heel comes towards your hips, and stack your hips, finding scorpion dog. Inhale here, and exhale, bring your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Your back knee comes back down. Inhale forward, exhale, rocking back. One more time, each direction. Rocking forward, plant your palms, find your way back to downward dog. And again, left heel lifts up and back.
And exhale, left foot between your hands, right foot pivots, finding warrior two, second side. Same thing, front knee is bent, feet are pulling together. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Back arm lifts up and then over your ear, finding that long line. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot to meet your back. Come down onto your knees, all the way to child's pose. Option to rock yourself forward from knees or toes, and how about 10 push-ups? So the option is none. You can stay in plank, you can stay in child's pose, you can do another pose that speaks to you. You can do push-ups from your knees, any variation that you like. When you're done your push-ups, pausing at the top of your plank for knees or toes, inhale here, and exhale, making your way through a back bend or to downward dog. Meeting in downward dog if you've been in child's pose. From here, come down to your knees and up on your knees. If it bothers your knees, you can fold your mat in half and use a little bit more cushioning this way. We're gonna do a modified camel pose. After lots of push-ups, we're gonna open up through our chests. So from your knees, stack your shoulders over hips, over knees, clasp your hands together, shoulder blades come together, draw your knuckles down your spine, down to the floor. Keeping your low ribs down, inhale, lift your chin and chest. Drawing your knuckles down and your chin forward. And release. If that feels good, do that again. If you feel like you want more, hinging at your knees, not your back. So your back is nice and strong, core is still on. Hinging at your knees, tip your head back. So now you have more gravity on your head. You can hold on the way we did or put your hands in imaginary back pockets. Chest opens, chin lifts, those low ribs stay down. Maybe squeezing your glutes and hamstrings to support your low back. Maybe you can release your hands down to your heels, keeping your low ribs down. Lift your chin, open your chest. Wherever you are, to come out, tuck your chin first, and come back on over to child's pose. When you're ready, rolling all the way onto your bottom with your feet out in front of you. And your feet at, as wide as your mat or maybe slightly wider. Rocking your knees left and right. And letting your knees drop to one side, giving yourself enough space so that the back knee is not touching the right front foot. So if you have to give yourself more space, do that. Inhale tall and exhale, drape your torso over your front thigh. So this is a modified pigeon pose. If this pose doesn't work for you, you can lay on your back and do a figure four, which looks like this. The design is to get a stretch through the side, through your hip. And you might have to move your torso around side to side to find that perfect spot for you. When you're ready, coming on up, setting your feet back up and switching sides, side to side first. And then dropping your knees to the opposite side. Making sure that your knees aren't touching the top foot. Inhale tall and exhale, draping your torso over the opposite thigh. Again, maybe side to side to find that good spot. When you're ready, pressing yourself up, feet come around, nice and slow, using your core, rolling all the way down to your back. Maybe holding onto your thighs for support. You can put your hands on the mat to slow yourself down, or maybe using your rock solid abs from all that work we did at the beginning to slowly go down, as slow as you can go. See if you can get one vertebra at a time. Check in with your spine all the way down and relax when you get there. Hug both knees into your chest, rocking yourself side to side,
Extend your right leg long, and then drop your left knee over to the right. We're going for a full body twist here. So the left knee is over to the right, left arm opens up, and your gaze follows. So check in with your spine. Your tailbone is pointing to the right, and your nose is pointing to the left. And then maybe visualize what's happening in your spine. It's like wringing out a towel. Inhale in the deep twist. Brings it out even more, and a long exhale. Nice and slow, come back to center, hug both of your knees in. Extend your left leg. Right knee comes over to the left, right arm opens to the right, and your gaze follows. Again, visualize your spine, your tailbone pointing to the left, your nose over to the right, and your spine's twisted the other way, like a dish rag, like a towel. Big inhale in the twist, and full release your exhale. Come back to center, hug both of your knees in. If there's a pose that we didn't get to that you just love, that you need to do, take the time to do that now, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's bridge, maybe wheel, maybe happy baby. Maybe you want to do some more push-ups. And whenever you're done, finding yourself in a comfortable position, corpse pose, Shavasana, the do nothing pose, where you can be completely relaxed. It takes no muscular effort at all. You can let your mind wander wherever it wants to go, letting the water flow downstream. Thoughts can be like rocks, moving your thoughts this way or that, but the water doesn't stop. The water keeps flowing. Just let your mind flow down the river. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, soaking this all up. Or whenever you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Hug your knees, maybe your nose draws towards your knees. And extend your legs long, toes and fingers away from one another, big stretch. And then knees back to your chest again. Drop your knees off to one side and pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position, nice and slow, staying in this zone, staying in this place, this internal place, this quiet place. Maybe your eyes are closed or your gaze is soft. And taking a moment to integrate this past hour into your cells, into your life, into your heart, this incredible act of self-love, taking care of yourself on the deepest level. It's so important. Thank you so much for being here and doing this, doing the do and being the be. I do believe that this is an act of self-love, and we need all the love we can get. Thank you so much for filling yourself up. Thank you. The love in me sees and honors and is so grateful for the love in you.